You, Dr. Shola, you're always quite an advocate of Harry and Meghan. Do you think they deserve this TV award?
Yes, and it's not about them, it's the documentary. People, please, before you start bringing your, and I don't mean you, my dear, I mean those who go, oh, why should they get it? Oh my God. No, the award is for the best streaming non-fiction series. That means that people out there were streaming them. So which documentary got the most streaming? That kind of thing. And if they got the best streaming, then they should get, the documentary should get the award. I think the bottom line for this documentary is that it was not only incredibly well streamed, the content itself for a lot of people came across as powerful because they were telling their side of the story and responding to a lot of the information that had come out from the royal family against them, about them. And it was the first time, for instance, them also responding to the
but
the
they
reception.
Weren't questioned forensically by anybody,
but they were responding to also the reactions from the Oprah interview. And when you say nobody was forensically interviewing them.
It wasn't an investigative documentary.
Well, thank you. It was not meant to be an investigative documentary. And the royal family has never been forensically interviewed about things that they have released about Harry and Meghan. So I think it should work both ways. And I don't think this was meant to be investigative. It was meant to be them telling...
An observation of their story.
They also had experts on there to talk about the impact of the environment in terms of Brexit, and the culture in terms of racism, and all of that spoke strongly.
I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed the documentary, and I think putting their situation in context and bringing up all these other issues was incredibly compelling. And actually, I think just Netflix has it absolutely made.
But if it had been a panorama...
It's the music as well that gets me. I'm in there with the music.
If it had been a panorama, all those claims would have been tested.
Of course they would, but it wasn't.
None of the claims were tested.
But it wasn't a panorama.
I agree, it's really powerful. I know it's really powerful, but I also think that it's been quite damaging internationally because for the country, this image of us as a country. Okay, well, that's you can't.
I am not going to blame Harry and Meghan for the impact and choices made by people in the royal family. People
what about
in
for
the
their
media,
own choices?
No, let me finish. I'm not going to blame them for that because this country was already in a cesspit of racism and race relations issue before they showed up.
So you're saying that we too are part of this cesspit then?
We all are.
Well, I take issue with that because you don't know me and you're making an assumption
about... But it's not about the individual, it's about a general...
Exactly, I'm talking about collective responsibility and I'm also talking about individual responsibility. What do we as individuals do when we vote in people who are not interested in protecting others, who are interested in pushing against the marginalized?
It's all generalization.
It's not generalization because it all rolls on. It has a roll-on impact. Brexit itself helped to push divisive rhetoric in this country that impacted marginalized people. And that's because some of us, and I say some because I most definitely did not, voted in a party that is not fit to function. This is part of the problem. So I'm talking about collective responsibility and individual responsibility. I don't need to know you personally. I'm talking about myself too. What am I doing?
Making assumptions about people when you don't know them, I think, is a really dangerous thing to do. And I wouldn't make an assumption about you.
I've not made an assumption about you. I have made a correct assumption. Cesspit, apparently. I have made a correct assumption about our country.
In your opinion, you voiced an opinion.
I most definitely have made.
Okay, we're moving off topic, but I do love how Shola managed to get criticism of the government in about a documentary over Meghan and Harry. That was very impressive.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host Miles. Look, Dr. Shola said the UK was already in a cesspit of racism before Prince Harry and Meghan showed up. And honestly, that's not even controversial if you've been outside. That's just observation. Like noticing rain when you're already soaked. What Harry and Meghan did wasn't creating anything new. They just made it harder to ignore. It's like a group chat when someone finally calls out that one friend who's always joking a bit too far. Suddenly, hey, relax. It's not that deep. No, it was that deep. You just liked it quiet. And Dr. Shola hits differently because she's not speaking from theory. She's speaking from lived reality. Regular people hear that and go, finally, someone said it without sugarcoating. Because most folks don't use big academic words when they talk about racism. They say stuff like, yeah, that place felt off. Yeah, that comment was weird. Yeah, I kept quiet, but it bothered me. That's the real language. Then you've got the Brexit era. And let's not lie, something shifted. People got bold overnight, like they unlocked a new level of audacity. Stuff that used to be said behind closed doors, now it's being said at the bus stop, in Tesco, on Facebook with your aunt watching. No filter, no shame, just vibes and not the good kind. So when Meghan Sussex came into the picture, boom, pressure cooker, because now it's not just your neighbor or co-worker, it's happening in the most visible family in the country, and that's the royal family. You can't pretend it's rare anymore. And this is where it gets almost funny in a dark humor way. Some people really said racism wasn't this bad before Meghan. Like what? That's like saying your house wasn't dusty until you opened the curtains. No, the dust was always there. You just finally saw it floating in the light. For regular people, this whole situation means one thing: less hiding, more uncomfortable chats at dinner, more side eyes at dodgy comments, more people saying, no, that's not okay, instead of laughing along. And yes, it's messy. People arguing, people being defensive, people tired. But if you're being honest, that mess was overdue, because pretending everything was fine, that was the real problem. Let's not write history like it's a PR statement. Racism did not land in the UK with Meghan carrying a suitcase. It was already there, settled in, paying rent, probably got a loyalty card. And when Prince Harry showed up like, yes, this is messed up, people acted shocked. Shocked? Where have you all been? Regular people clock this stuff daily. Not headlines, not documentaries, just life. It's that manager who says, you're not quite the right fit but can't explain why. That random stranger touching your hair like you're a museum exhibit. That silence in the room after someone says something wild and everyone suddenly finds their phone fascinating. That's the real UK, not the tea and crumpets fantasy. Then the Netflix documentary drops and suddenly it's a big national conversation. Some people watching like, wow, that's awful. Others watching like, why are they making everything about race? Translation, why are they saying the quiet part out loud? Let's bring in Dr. Shola for a second. Because Shola did not dress it up. She basically said this place was already a mess. And she's right. You don't get this level of reaction out of nowhere. You don't get headlines, outrage and pulp clutching unless something's been building for years. This isn't a spark. It's a dry grass finally catching fire. And don't forget the Brexit. That moment, that wasn't just politics. That was some people hearing, say it to their chest now. And they did, loudly. Now Meghan enters the royal family and suddenly the issue isn't just somewhere out there. It's right at the top, front row, prime time. You can't ignore it anymore. And that's what makes people uncomfortable. Not the racism itself, the exposure. For regular folks, what does this mean? It means the group chat isn't safe anymore. Someone is going to call it out. That joke isn't landing like it used to. That weird comment, yes, it's getting side-eyed now. People are tired of pretending, and yes, it's awkward. You've got people doubling down, people learning slowly, very slowly, people exhausted from explaining the same thing 500 times. It's chaos, social chaos, but honestly, good, because the alternative was everyone smiling in public and being foul in private. So no, Harry and Meghan did not create division, they exposed it. Big difference, like turning on the lights at a party and realizing half the room is a mess. Now everyone is talking about the mess instead of cleaning it. Classic. Here's the real talk. Everyone says society needs to change. Cool, but here's the truth. You are the society. You as a person, you are the society. You, me, your cousin with the wild WhatsApp forwards. It's easy to debate Prince Harry and Meghan Sussex like it's a Netflix content. Meanwhile, in real life, you laughed at that dodgy joke. You stayed quiet when someone said something off. You judged someone in 2 seconds. Let's not act brand new. Self-reflection sounds nice until it's your turn. Nobody wakes up like, let me confront my own nonsense today. We'd rather scroll and blame the system. But the real work, it's small stuff. Catching your own bias mid-thought, not laughing just to keep the vibe, calling out your friend without starting WWE, and listening when your ego is screaming. That's it. No cameras, just you versus you. And yes, people hate that because it means maybe I'm part of the problem. Oof. You don't need to be perfect. Just stop acting innocent because you're not the worst. That bar is in hell. Big change equals small, awkward moments. One conversation with yourself. One correction. One, no, that's not okay. Repeat. So yes, fix the system, but also check yourself, because if everyone's waiting on society, we'll be here forever. Kudos to Harry and Meghan. They have managed to push the society to want to do better, even if it's a bit uncomfortable. By speaking up and refusing to stay quiet, they have forced conversations that a lot of people would rather avoid. You can see it everywhere. Now people thinking twice, questioning things, having tougher conversations they used to dodge. It's not perfect, and it's definitely messy, but at least there's a movement. And sometimes that's how change starts. Not with everyone suddenly getting it right, but with people finally realizing they can't keep getting it wrong. Thank you all for watching this podcast. I'm your host Miles. I really hope you enjoyed. Please subscribe to our channel for more of the latest and hottest updates. May God bless you all. I'll catch you in the next episode, and goodbye.